All right, y'all, when you look at this, what's the first thing we have to do? What do I have to do? Somebody say common denominator parentheses. Which one? Common denominator first to get rid of the fraction, right? So, y'all, do I use the inside, do I use that inside, or can I only multiply outside of the parentheses? The common denominator. Can I multiply inside the parentheses? No, remember they're protected. You can't multiply inside. What is my common denominator? 6. So when I multiply by 6, I'm going to multiply here, 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 and here. Not in the parentheses. So times 6 is going to give me 18. What's half of 6? 3. So 5 over 6 times 6. What do I get? Right, because these cancel out, right? And you're left with 5. 2 over 3 times 6. The 3 cancels. You get 2 times 2, which is 4x. Once we've multiplied, now we can go ahead and get rid of the parentheses. We did the common denominator, now we're going to do the parentheses. So I'm going to multiply this times this, and this times this. So I get 18, oops, I left the x on. 18x, and then I get minus 12x. Now I have a negative 3 times a negative 2/3. So what's a negative times a negative? And the 3's cancel and leave you 2. So I get plus 2 equals 5 plus 4x. So now we're going to combine like terms, which is 6x plus 2. And then what? I'm going to move the x's to one side. And then what?
Minus 2.
So I get x is 3 halves. Common denominator, you cannot multiply inside the parentheses. After you get rid of the fraction, then you can distribute. Okay, questions? And this is not a question. I don't get it. That's not a question. Also, if you're not keeping up, then you're talking too much. Any other questions? All right. Hey, 6x plus 3y. What number can I take out? 2, right? 3 divides by 2?
3.
3. We're going to take out a 3 though, right? Okay. If I take out a 3, I put the 3 in front, correct? But what am I really doing when I'm taking that 3 out? I'm really dividing by 3, correct? I'm taking this number and I'm pulling it out of my equation. So what's 6 divided by 3? And the x, and then the plus. What's 3 divided by 3? And so I get the y. Yes? So what about this? So I'm going to divide it by 5, which means I'm factoring out a 5. So if I do that, I'm gonna really divide this by 5. That's what I'm really doing, correct? Because that's what this is. So 5 divided by 5 gives you 10 divided by 5 gives you 50x. Okay, so the last one I want you to look at is this. And the x is just like the what in the other one? The 5s, right? It's the same thing, correct? This time it's just letters. So if I'm going to take the x out, that's like dividing by x, correct? So what happens with these x's right here? And it leaves you with what? And then I have x divided by x. What do you get? 1. Who wants to guess what the biggest mistake that happens right here? What do you forget? Every time. Every single time. Okay. Any questions on this? Okay. All right, let's go to the notes. So on the top of the notes, at your tables, decide which of those can you reduce. It's on your notes. Which can you reduce? Okay. So I'm going to start on the bottom. Does the bottom one reduce? Yes. What cancels? And it leaves you with? What happens here? So what happens with the first one? It's what? It's 1 plus y, right? You even told me that was a mistake that happened. What's x divided by x? And the x is canceled. How about the top one? Does the top one reduce?
No, because it's plus.
There's a plus. Is there an x in all of the terms? No. This reduced because there's an x in all the terms. This one reduced because there's an x in all the terms. There's no x here and it doesn't reduce. Hey, we're going to make mistakes together too. Y'all, that first warm-up that we did, I started the exact same thing in third period. I left the x off. We got about halfway through. Nobody stopped me. I just kept on working. We had to erase it and start over. Like, I'm going to make mistakes all the time. You got to stop me. I am human too, right? Okay, so next, we're going to go on. Okay, y'all, we are going to do exactly what we did yesterday, but we're just going to do with letters this time. Okay, we're just going to do with letters. So what am I solving for? Do you have the same pointer I have? Yeah? B1, that's right here, right? So the goal is I want to get the B1 by itself. So that means I have to move everything that's with the B1 to the other side. So the first thing, I have a 1/2. How do I get rid of the 1/2? Multiply by 2. And so we have to do that on both sides, right? I'm going to multiply this by 2 and this by 2. So now I have 2a equals b1 plus b2 times h. I'm still solving for b1. So what do you think the next thing I need to get rid of is? The h. I'm multiplying. How do I undo multiplication? So I'm going to divide both sides by h. So now that's gone. And so now I have 2a over h equals b1 plus b2. Bless you. What am I solving for? I want b1. I'm adding b2. How do I move it to the other side? So I'm going to get 2a over h minus b2 equals b1. So it's the same thing as yesterday, we just don't have any numbers. Okay, what am I solving for here? So there's my C. What am I doing with the D? I'm dividing. How do I undo division? So I'm going to multiply by D. So over here I have dx equals a minus c. So I'm trying to solve for c. I have plus a. How do I move it to the other side? Plus a. How do you undo plus? Minus. All day, every day. Now, am I done? Why? There's a negative. So how do I get rid of the negative? Do what? It's negative 1 times c. Divide by negative 1, multiply will do the same thing. But if I divide by negative 1, I have to do it on both sides, right? So what's dx divided by negative 1? What's a minus a divided by negative 1? Does it see by itself now? Is this the same thing? Yeah. As long as the sign stays with the right thing. That's okay. 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 Look at the next one. What am I solving for? I'm solving for A. Look at the equation. And what makes it an equation again? The equal sign. So I want to solve for A, but if I look at the equation, there's an A on both sides, isn't there? You got to have the A on one side. A on one side. So can I start? I'm going to subtract minus AC. So I have 2A minus AC minus B equals 3B. So now what am I going to do? Add the B. And if I add the B, what's 3B plus 1B? 4B. Okay. All right. Now, again, what am I solving for? That I have an A in both terms on the left-hand side. So I need to take the A out. So if I take the A out, I'm really dividing by A, correct? And when I do that, what happens with these A's? And what does it leave you with? 2 minus, what cancels here? Now I have A times the parentheses, right? How do I undo times? Divide. So you end up with A equals 4B over 2 minus C. Any questions? Y'all okay? Okay. Okay, this one I have 1 over x equals 1 over y plus 1 over z. Now, if I had 1/2 equals 1/3 plus 1/4, what would I have to do? We need a common denominator, right? What would the common denominator be here?
She said 1, 2, and 4.
No, I said 2, 3, and 4, whatever. X, Y, and Z, right? We need one of each. I put the Z, no, I put a little line through my Z so you don't think it's a 2. That's where you think it's a 2. Okay. So this is the common denominator here. I'm going to write this out so you can see it. I'm going to take this times 1 over x. I'm going to take this times 1 over y, and this times 1 over z. So I took the common denominator times all the things, just like we did in the warm-up. We just multiplied by 6. This time I'm multiplying times x, y, and z. So y'all, what cancels here on the first term? The x cancels, and it leaves me yz. What cancels here? And that leaves me xz. And what cancels here? Okay, so now the fractions are gone. What am I solving for? X. To solve for x, they have to be on the same side. Are they on the same side?
Yes.
Okay, so they're on the same side. There's 1 in each term, correct? So can I take out an x? We can divide an x out. So I'm going to have yz equals x. And so if I divide this by x, what the x's cancel and it leaves z. The x's cancel and it leaves y. And how do I get the x by itself? I'm multiplying. How do I undo multiply? Okay. Questions before I move on? Yeah, this is the answer. Yz over z plus y. The x is by itself. That's what we wanted. We want the x by itself. All right. One thing I hadn't shown you was the step, and most of you figured out the step. And then the first step. I have a denominator, right? What's the denominator? And so to undo division, I have to. And so when I do that, y'all, okay, so I had lots of questions when I was going around, y'all. Why did I put parentheses around the 2x plus 3? It's because I'm taking y times both of the things. I'm not taking y just times the 2x. I have to take it times both. And so when I multiply this by 2x plus 3, what happens here? So now I'm going to go ahead and distribute my y. And then, this is just like the rest of them. What do I have to do? I have to move the x's to one side. So I'm going to have x minus 2xy. Are the x's alone on one side? What do I have to move? The 3. And when it's minus, so when it goes to the other side, it's okay, so we have x minus 2xy equals 3y plus 3. Now, on this side, my friends, I want just the x, right? So if I put the x here, what do I get with the x divided by x? 1. And what do I get when I divide this by x? The x's cancel and it leaves you with. And then how do I get this x by itself? It's multiply. How do I undo multiply? Okay. So it's a little weird, but it's okay, right? Same steps over and over. Are you saving your lead for something special? We can write. It's fine. We're fine. Okay. Last one. Last one. Okay. Before you get started, before you start, I want to work smarter, not harder. We're all in for smarter, not harder? So we can multiply by x minus 2, and we can distribute, and we can do a bunch of things. And it's going to be a mess. What am I solving for? Y'all, is there any y's over here? Where is the y? What am I doing here? How do I undo multiply? So I'm going to divide it. But the only trick to it is if I divide, I can't do this. Because that gives you a complex fraction. And you really don't want that. So let's not do that. Yesterday, when we were dividing by 4, what was that the same as? Does anybody remember? It was the same as multiplying by 1/4. So if I'm dividing by x, that would be the same as 1 over x, right? And if we write it that way, it's not a complex fraction. So I'm going to divide by x, but I'm going to write it as times 1 over x. And when I write it like that,